Everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys, I spread thin, very thin. I have a lot of build updates to do, and guess what I'm doing? I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to all of you. So that's what I've been doing. So with Summerset here, I have made a new Nightblade, Stamina Nightblade PvP build, and this is called the Predator. All right, it hasn't, disclaimer, not much has changed, but some things have. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Okay, character sheet. You're going to go ahead and notice my max magicka is at 12,822. Really nice. I need magicka to cloak in and out for fearing, so magicka becomes very important. Magic recovery 1,166. Stamina recovery 2154. Definitely use more stamina than magicka. Duh, I'm a stamina Nightblade. Max health 20,404. Max stamina 30,266. Now you'll see my weapon damage prior to any buffs or application 2,363. Weapon crit 45.4. And spell and physical resistance 11,920. To the left, you're going to see 18 points allocated into magicka. Once again, I use stealth, I use fear. I need some magicka, so we're going to put 18 points into it. We also have 46 in the stamina. We are using Jewels of Misrule for our food. We are using the Lover, and I am a vampire. Okay, now this is a bow 2H. So not much has changed in that aspect. On the 2H, weapon damage 2758. Everything else looks the same. Okay? Let's get into the set, shall we? We're going to stay with one of my favorite sets. This is the Sheer Venom set. I love Sheer Venom, right? And I especially love it on a Nightblade. It's a very controllable set. Right? Hit the poison injector, it acts like an execute. Where do you get Sheer Venom? For anybody who does not know, you get Sheer Venom in ICP. Really, really nice set. Gives stamina, gives weapon damage, gives weapon damage. When you deal damage with an execute ability, you infect the enemy with a poison for 10,990 over 6 seconds. It can occur every 6 seconds. Really nice set. Love it. So right here I have the bow sharpen increase. Ideal. Okay. Now the Asylum Maul. Easy to get. You can get the imperfected. It's pretty easy. If you don't have the Asylum, you can use an agility maul. But I do recommend the Asylum Maul. It's easy to get. If you do it on normal, you don't have to do it on bet and whatever and get perfect. Don't worry about it. Just go in, do the normal. You're fine. You'll get the Asylum Maul. If you get the two-handed sword, it's okay. But ideally, you want the Maul. The reason you want the Maul is to the passives for the 2H, right? So when I go into 2H and I go into heavy weapons, maces cause your attacks to ignore 20% of your target's physical resistance. That's why you want the Maul, right? You do want it. If you get the sword, it will work. But ideally, you want that maul. Okay, that's why we can go ahead, and once we get that, we want to go with the Nirnhone. Now, if you get the sword, you want to go with the Sharpen trait, right? Sword, Sharpen, Maul, Nirnhone. Okay, and that's with a poison increase. What does this do? When I deal damage with Reverse Slash, which is our finisher, we generate up to 14 ultimate based on how much execute bonus damage it dealt. Really, really nice. Okay, Skeletrax. Love this monster set, especially on Nightblade. You see Nightblades rolling Belladrath, Selene, so on and so forth. It's the same old shit, right? Not with my builds. I like the Skeletrax. I have used Selene's. I have used Belladrath. But why do I like Selene so much? It gives me max stamina. And when I deal damage, I have a 10% chance to create an earthquake under the enemy that erupts after 1.5 seconds, dealing 6,455 physical damage to all enemies within 4 meters. But here's the best part. And stunning them for 3 seconds. So it's a group CC effect, right? I'm telling you guys, this set, I can proc from a range. I don't have to be on top of them. If they get stunned, I can close in and start going to town. Love Skeletrax. Okay, so this is medium, infused, max stamina, ideal. We're going to go with old trusty Hunding's Rage. Why? Very simple. It's going to be our static set, and it's going to give us weapon damage. We don't have to worry about what type of damage type. It's giving us critical values. It's just a really nice set just to complement. It makes it easy accessible and deals a shitload of damage. Sure, why not? Going to go with that. So we're going to go Hunding's Rage, medium, chest, infuse, max stamina, ideal. Skeletrax. So this is a 6-1. No heavy armor. So we have 1 light, 6 medium. Skeletrax, light, divine, magica, ideal. Belt of Hunding's Rage, impen, stamina, ideal. Bracers of Hunding's Rage, impen, stamina, ideal. Guards of Hunding's Rage, infuse, max stamina, ideal. And then we have Boots of Hunding's Rage, well fitted, stamina, ideal. We also have a Necklace of Sheer Venom, robust, increase. Ring of Sheer Venom, robust, recovery. And Ring of Sheer Venom, robust, recovery. Really, really nice. Now, if you want to go with the Bloodthirsty one piece, you can, but I would suggest you going with all robust. It's just really good damage. You're dealing a lot of damage anyways, so you're good to go there. Okay, let's get into the skills. Okay, Bowbar. But first ability is our Shadowy Disguise. It's our cloak. We need Magicka. It's very expensive. That's why we went over the 12k. 3,705. A next directed damage attack will always be a critical. Poison Injector. This procs our Sheer Venom. So we definitely going to go ahead and use this. No surprise. Mass Hysteria. Resolving Vigor. Our Relentless Focus, right? That's going to give us that minor berserk buff of 8%. Plus, if we do 5 light attacks or 2 heavy, we can go ahead and activate the Spectral Bow. Dawnbreaker of Smiting, really like it. CC effect gives us that nice passive towards the Undaunted bonus of 3%. Then to the back bar or maul side, we have Ambush, right? So we cloak, we ambush. Surprise Attack, that applies Major Fracture. Reverse Slice, that's why we want to go ahead and use the Asylum Maul. But once again, if you don't have Asylum Maul, a 2H Maul of Agility will work. We're going to use Forward Momentum. If you want to use Rally, you can. I'm a big Forward Momentum fan. Why? Just keeps me from mobilization. Really, really like it. And then I put Camouflage Hunter on this. If you want to use like something like Cloak, you can. But I like the Camouflage Hunter. The reason being, I get that extra 3%. Plus, I get the Major Savagery. Okay? That's the only reason it's on this bar. I get Major Savagery without having to worry about drinking a pot. And then on top of it, I get that the Fighter's Guild of 3%. And then, of course, we have our Incapacitating Strike. Pretty standard here. Okay, let's get into the champion points, shall we? Okay. Starting off into the Apprentice. We have 6.17 Blessed for heals. We have 14 into Physical Weapon Expert. 61 into Master at Arms. Remember, we're doing poison damage, so we want Thaumaturge at 20.15. Piercing. We are using the Lover Mundus, and we do have a Maul. But sometimes we don't get that surprise attack off. So we want to take piercing at 3,379 because we got to apply fracture. So that's why we want to go ahead and take piercing up. Mighty 1208. Ironclad 1602. Spell Shield 16. Medium Armor 16. Resistance 39. Hardy 10.15. Elemental Defender. We are a vampire. We want to offset some of that negative effect to 1208. Thick Skin, 611. That's pretty standard for most of my builds. Also, Quick Recovery, 707. Coming into the tower, Warlord, 904. I want to reduce the cost of sprint. So that's a big thing for me. I notice a lot of times I'm roll dodging, I'm cloaking, I'm trying to distance myself, and I burn through stamina. So to be able to cover maintain resources, I've taken Sprinter up a little bit higher at 20.26. Okay, nothing into Tenacity. Arcanus, 1110. Yes, that's right. I need Magicka Recovery. Why? I'm using Mass Hysteria, and I'm using Shadowy Cloak. I'm using Jewels of Misrule, but I need a little bit more, so I'm going 11.10. Mooncalf, 14%. Befoul, we're dealing disease damage. That applies healing reduction. So we're going to take Befoul up to 25.75, and we're going to reduce the cost of tumbling by 17.17, and that is how the champion points are allocated. This build is badass. I'm not going to lie. I was a little depressed giving up my Vipers. Vipers is still a good set, but keep in mind, guys, that's what I was looking at when I was looking at Vipers. I can take agility, rings and go with a Viper Maul. That's fine. I could do that. But I was like, the one thing I always notice about Viper, it has the same stats as Hundings. So it gives critical, it gives stamina, it gives critical. It just has a proc. So when I look at Hundings, it has critical, it has stamina, it has critical, but I'm just getting up front weapon damage. So I'm getting more damage versus the proc set. Just that simple. And that is why this is called the Predator. So it's not the proc dot and drop, because proc dot and drop I used to use, like either Celine's or Veladrath. This is the Predator because it has a lot of CC. It takes a lot more charge in front of our build parameters. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. I can't find my phone. It's ringing. I do apologize here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this thing. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. If anybody has any questions or comments, please post below. I want to thank everybody for watching. And once again and always, have a nice day.